Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed that his country won't take part in the upcoming talks between the US and Russia.
Washington says Kyiv and Brussels will be part of, quote, real peace negotiations as it looks to ease tensions with Europe.
Germany is heading to early elections in few days' time. Political rivals squared off on live TV debate.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed that his country won't take part in the upcoming talks between the US and Russia. The two nations are expected to meet in Saudi Arabia on Tuesday, where they will discuss restoring ties and negotiations on ending the war in Ukraine. Zelensky said his country had not been invited to participate and has made it clear in the past that he wouldn't accept any negotiations about Ukraine that don't include his country. It comes after US President Donald Trump spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin on the phone last week. Shortly after the call, Trump had also called Zelensky, where the two reportedly spoke about opportunities to achieve peace and discuss their readiness to work together. Trump's call with Putin left European countries shocked. They had also demanded a role in peace negotiations. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who will be attending the talks, said Europeans shouldn't be invited to the talks.
Я не знаю, что им делать за переговорным столом. Если они будут вот так выцыганивать какие-то лукавые идеи про заморозку конфликта, а сами по обычаю, по своему нраву и привычкам будут иметь в виду продолжение войны, то зачем их туда приглашать?
Zelensky traveled to the United Arab Emirates late Sunday and is later expected to travel to Turkey and Saudi Arabia. He said these trips were unrelated to the planned US-Russia talks.
Ukraine and Europe worry about being sidelined as Trump remains persistent to go ahead with direct talks with Russia to discuss an end to the war in Ukraine. In the coming days, a U.S. delegation led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio will engage in direct talks with Russia in Saudi Arabia. The move came as a shock to Europe, who believe they should also be included in any peace talks, as they also serve an important role. The move has prompted French President Emmanuel Macron to organize an emergency summit in Paris to discuss Europe's response. In a bid to ease tensions, Rubio said that Europe and Ukraine will be involved in, quote, real peace talks. He also noted that the Riyadh meeting is an opportunity to gauge the seriousness of Moscow on pursuing peace. U.S. President Donald Trump echoed a similar rhetoric on Sunday.
We're moving along. We're trying to get a peace with Russia, Ukraine, and we're working very hard on it. It's a war that should have never started.
Do you expect Zelensky to be involved in these conversations? What will his role be?
I do. He will be involved, yes.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived in Abu Dhabi late on Sunday. It's not yet clear what's on the agenda for Zelensky. Kyiv has not shared details on the president's trip, nor confirmed rumors of possible Ukrainian participation in Riyadh. European leaders are set to gather in Paris for an emergency summit on the war in Ukraine to discuss recent developments next week. The summit aims to discuss Europe's response as the United States looks to move ahead with Russia peace talks. Over the past few days, Washington has made clear its desire to broker a peace deal in Ukraine, but has ruled out including Europe in the negotiations. The development has angered European leaders who say no lasting peace can be achieved without European involvement. The summit has not yet been officially confirmed, but European officials at the Munich Security Conference have hinted at it likely happening on Monday. Washington's decision to exclude Europe comes despite Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky's insistence on the involvement of Brussels. Speaking at the conference in Germany, he called for the formation of a European army. Zelensky says the days where Europe can rely on the US are over, arguing that the continent must reduce its reliance on anyone but itself.
As Germany is going for an early election in few days, Chancellor Olaf Scholz and his main challengers went on TV for a live debate with the opposition leaders. The Greens candidate Robert Habeck, CDU's leader Friedrich Merz, and Alice Weidel of the far-right Alternative for Germany all shared their views on a wide range of topics.
Die Ukraine muss eine demokratische, souveräne Nation sein, über deren Köpfe hinweg nicht entschieden wird. Das werden wir als Europäer nicht zulassen. Deshalb fahre ich auch morgen nach Paris und rede mit vielen Freunden dort, wo wir uns zusammentreffen, um genau das zu verabreden.
Deutschland hat die Ukraine ja.
Und mit Verlaub, dass diese Treffen der letzten Tage und Wochen in Paris stattfinden, dass Emmanuel Macron das Heft des Handelns in die Hand genommen hat und der deutsche Bundeskanzler dort allenfalls stundenweise zu Gast ist nicht die Rolle, die ich mir für Deutschland in einer solchen Auseinandersetzung vorstelle.
Der Marktordnung. Deswegen müssen jetzt die Europäer... Ich glaube auch nicht, dass die Deutschen es interessiert, was die Amerikaner ihnen als Wahlempfehlung geben. Ich denke, da werden die Menschen in Deutschland sich ihr eigenes Bild machen, ihre eigenen Entscheidungen treffen. Wir sind ja nicht hörig von Wahlempfehlungen von zweifelhaften Vizepräsidenten. Das ist nicht das, was mich in erster Linie besorgt. Das gehört sich nicht, das ist ein Stilbruch, aber es geht hier nicht um Stilfragen. Das, was jetzt in den letzten Wochen und mit der Münchner Sicherheitskonferenz passiert ist, das kann man nicht ernst genug nehmen, weil die Trump-Administration einen Frontalangriff auf die Wertegemeinschaft des Westens startet.
Sie haben kein Konzept.
Also ich begrüße es erst einmal, dass J.D. Vance, der Vizepräsident der Vereinigten Staaten, sich so deutlich geäußert hat. Er hat sich bekannt zur Meinungsfreiheit und er hat sich bekannt, dass man keine Brandmauern aufbauen darf, um Millionen von Wählern von vornherein auszuschließen. Wir müssen miteinander reden, das hat er deutlich gemacht. Und er hat auch deutlich gemacht, genau wie Donald Trump, dass endlich ein Waffenstillstand in der Ukraine verhandelt wird und ein Frieden geschlossen wird. Das ist im Übrigen das, was die AfD jetzt fast 3 Jahre lang gefordert hat.
The election, which many believe to be the most important one of recent German history, will take place on the 23rd of February. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un attended a groundbreaking ceremony for new apartment construction on the anniversary of his late father's birthday, state media reported on Monday. Video from state broadcaster KRT showed Kim Jong-un making a speech at the groundbreaking event. This time the footage included his voice, which is rare. He spoke to a crowd of construction workers and then twisted the switch to ignite explosions. The project is in the suburbs of the capital Pyongyang called the Hwaseong district. It's a part of a push to build 50,000 new apartments within 5 years.
The BAFTA goes to Conclave.
Papal thriller Conclave starring Ralph Fiennes was the big winner at the BAFTAs, taking home 4 prizes, including Best Picture.
Thank you, Ralph and Isabella. What you did to me on set was, when I watched you, was pure magic. It was beyond my grasp or understanding.
And the BAFTA goes to...
Epic drama The Brutalist equaled the awards tally, scooping 4 trophies, including Best Director and Best Actor for Adrian Brody.
You know, this film is really about this pursuit of leaving something meaningful, and I think that's something we can all relate to. So I congratulate you all.
Mikey Madison.
Mikey Madison won the Best Actress for Palme d'Or winner Anora.
Really wasn't expecting this. I probably should have listened to my publicist and wrote a speech or something.
And the BAFTA goes to Zoe Saldana.
Kieran Culkin won the Supporting Performer prize for his role in A Real Pain, while Zoe Saldana took home the Supporting Actress award for Emilia Perez.
How do you begin to even approach a film that just defies categorization? And you start by taking the lead with Jacques Audiard. So thank you so very much.
Brady Corbet.
Brady Corbet won the Best Director for The Brutalist.
I'm very grateful, all the same, to my cast, my crew, my family. Thank you for, dealing with me for the last 7 or 8 years.
Amanda Anisimova won the WTA 1000 women's final here at the Khalifa International Tennis Stadium in Qatar. It was a 6-4, 6-3 straight set victory for the 23-year-old American, who's back in top form after taking a mental health break in 2023. Anisimova lifted the trophy on Saturday night after winning the biggest title of her career, set to bring her world ranking to number 18. Now attention shifts to the men's circuit. 5 of the top 10 men's players are here, with one shocking absence. World number 1 Yannick Sinner, seen here practicing in Doha just last week, agreed to a 3-month ban from the World Anti-Doping Association. A dark cloud has hovered over Sinner since last March, when the 23-year-old tested positive twice for a banned substance. But there's still plenty of star power on hand, including 24-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic, who's back, determined to win his 100th singles title this week. The 37-year-old Serbian fan favorite is looking to get back on track after a hamstring injury forced him to drop out of the Australian Open last month. With Sinner out of the competition, attention turns to the number 1 seed. Earlier this week, I sat down with 21-year-old Spanish superstar Carlos Alcaraz and asked him how he feels being compared to legends like Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic.
Honestly, it's a privilege to be compared to those legends, but I try not to think about it just too much. Just trying to keep going my own path. I didn't expect, to be, in the position that I am right now in such a young age. I'm just 21. Hopefully, a lot of years ahead. But I just happy to have done, everything I've done already.
The week-long men's tournament begins on Monday, and there's more than 2.5 million euros up for grabs for the player who lifts the trophy. Adil Halim, Euronews, Doha.